Okay, what I'm doing here is a instructional video for using the boat detail update form. This is so that it's quite simple to go back and look at and see what I've done and how I've done it. For those people who aren't quite used to doing this sort of thing, I'm not very used to myself at explaining URL lines and things over the telephone. So what I'm going to do here is a video rather than come in every time someone wants to do an update. So hopefully this will help things to make it a little bit clearer. Now, when using the admin section, and I recommend it for just browsing the web in general, I recommend using the Chrome and Firefox browsers. Now, both of these can easily download onto any computer, and they are much faster than Internet Explorer. And it's simply because some of the coding that I've used on the website isn't current with the current website standards, and Internet Explorer is a little bit behind the times. They were trying to force. Anyway, that's irrelevant. So here on this computer particularly, I've got Firefox, which is this here. If you're unaware what Firefox and Chrome are, they're just different browsers that access the web. This is Mozilla Firefox, which is one of the browser types that I use because it's got great add-on features and is open source. The other one is Chrome. You can also download Chrome from type Google, type Chrome, and download and install that. I'm just going to pull up Mozilla Firefox here. It's asked me to do an update. I don't want to update at the moment. Now, this is just my start page, which uses Google. Now, I'll just go to Google in the URL here for now. Now, what I recommend doing here is when going to your website from any computer to look at anything on your website, for any of yous, I do recommend using Google, because by using it from Google, you're increasing your search results, and it puts credibility to your site because you're linking on keywords to your site. So if I was to type charter yachts with Sundays, you'll see the search results you've come up actually on this computer first and second, which is really quite good on two different URLs. I mean, that's what sort of result we want to get. I put a bit of effort into making that happen, and hopefully it continues to happen. But as we know with Google, it's very fickle and etc. But anyway, by now clicking on this link here and going to the web page, I've sort of increased your traffic to your site according from Google's perspective, which is what we want, well, what you guys want particularly. I'm just going to shrink the banner for myself because I want a bit more room. Now, up in the URL here, this is the URL to your website, which is the name and the URL of your website. Now, on the end of the URL, not highlighted or anything like that, and I don't want to do a search, it's where the name of the URL is here, type login.php. Now, as I'm typing that in, you can see on this browser that it's showing that I've already been to this page, and so it's pre-typed it for me. So I can also just click that. Now, once I'm at that page, I should get a member login form like this. It's member login with the username and password. Now, the username is CYO. I won't say on this video what the password is, simply because this is going to be a fairly public video, so you must find out what the password is. I'll just put the password in now. Okay, and once it's I'm going to click login. Now it's asked me if I want to remember that password, and I don't want it to remember it because I will remember it, and it's safer if I don't have it remember. Oop. I've actually typed in the password wrong twice there, but anyway, we'll get there. See where. Okay, I've actually got it right. I don't want to remember the password, so not now. And now we're in the actual main selection of the boat page and main admin page options. Once again, at the top here in red, it says it does not work in IE, must use Chrome or Firefox browsers. This is a good idea to use Chrome or Firefox browsers because it's currently some of the features aren't really supported in Internet Explorer, so please use Firefox or Chrome browsers. Now, your browser is the window that opens up here. Now, I'm just going to go and check to change, say, some details for Beach House to start with. So I'm just going to go over the mouse. I can go on the More button or just anywhere on this image. Left click. All use of this website is through left click, no right clicking. So left mouse click on the boat. Now, what you should now have is this form which shows what the layout and the form of one of your yachts. Okay, so just for now, I'm just going to browse down and show you how to change the fields details. Now, this is the name of the boat. So once the name of the boat's sort of set, this isn't really changed. It's sort of fixed. Now, if there's a mistake in the name, the type of boat, this is another thing that would be, once they're sort of set, don't really change. But you can click on that field, and then left click, then unclick. Left click off the field, say over the side here, and that will make the changes. So I left click, say I've made a change, and I'd say Catalina 2, then I left click over here, and now that's made the changes to the website. So I left click again, remove 2, left click away, now the change is back to how it was. Same with the size, that can be changed here, then back. Now something again, once it's set, isn't really changed, but if you left click on there, you can change it to a different type of boat. Okay, now as we move down through here, we've got the state of the boat is a new boat. Now once this is set to new, you might want to, usually at the start it would be set to new, of course, and you would in time want to change it to a non-new boat. So you would click on the new section here and go down and go, say if it was new boat, you'd go down, left click, change it to a non-new boat, left click off the field, and now it's set as a non-new boat, which was it was. Now as we go further down, we've got the text of the boat details. Now by left clicking on as it highlights, it will open this, it will move down slightly, but it's okay. You can then change the wording in here, and once again left click off the side, and those changes will be saved to the database. Now I'll just skip past the pictures for now and go down to the other yacht details, including price. And once again, any of these fields, the details here that we're in the database, which is applied across the website for any of the other web pages, is done by clicking on the respective field and making the changes you want. So left click on the field, say if I want to change that to 11 meters, left click off, and now that change is made. Now if you do not left click off this field, say if I made a change like that to the field and I did not left click off, then navigated away from this page and went, this would not be saved. So you must left click off the field to make the changes to the database. So back to 10 meters. Now the only one that's could be a bit tricky for you here is the recommended number of people. Now by clicking on left clicking on the 2, that will change the minimum number of people, and left clicking on the 4 will change the maximum number of people. Extras are pretty clear. Now, as we move down here, we have the price list, prices. Now once again, those fields can be changed by left clicking on the field, making your price change, and then left clicking off the field. and you have the peak season. I think that's fairly clear. Now we move down. Now with the sale guide, in time, this will be changed so that it is automatically calculated from the boat prices at a fixed rate, which is apparently currently, say if it was a 5-night charter, it's 5 times 440, add 1 day, so it would be 6 days times 350 for the sail guide, and another 6 times 350 for the sail guide and hostess, and that's across the peak season, etc. This currently is set to 0. Now that means that when I go to that yacht page, so if I was to actually go up here, go to the current online version of this page, what the users see online, not the admin page. So I've gone up here and I go to the sailing yachts, and I go to Beach House, and I scroll down, you'll notice that there is no charter specials currently shown here. That is because on the admin page these are set to 0. Now once you set those to a price, at currently this will be changed, so it's automatically calculated. That page, the live page, which the user sees, the visitor sees, will show this page with those prices in it. Anything else that's listed on this page, you need to contact me or somebody or an IT person with relative HTML skills to change those details, just to ensure that certain things that I've set a certain way remain that way for now. Just going back up, I think that's fairly clear on making those changes to those details. Now, looking at the images. Now, images can each be changed for a particular boat. Okay, say, and this is done by clicking on the name of the file, which is listed below the picture. Now, on the actual live page, you go here, there is no wording under the pictures. On the admin page, you'll see this word. Now, this word shows you what's currently available for this boat that has been uploaded to the server. So, if I wanted to change this picture, I would left click on that, and that brings up this drop down combo box field. I will then left click on that again, and it shows me the pictures that are available for this yacht that have been uploaded to the server that are editable. Okay, so if I wanted to change this to, say, the stern picture here, I would left click on that, and the picture is now automatically changed, and you can see that that's the stern picture. I'll just change that back to the bathroom picture, and click off again, so it's made the changes, and I'll just left click on it and make sure it's correct, and I have that picture that's now been uploaded. This can be done for any one of these pictures. Now, if you wish to have the picture as a blank, there's this blank spot down the bottom. So down the bottom of this list is actually a nothing. So what that essentially allows you to do is click on that and have no picture displayed there. So I'll just click back here to add. As you can see, there's no picture. So I click on here, and I'll just go back and change it to a bathroom. I've tried to enlarge non-existent pictures, so I've actually made it hang a little bit there. I'll just refresh that, and there we go, the picture's been changed. I'll just show that again. So if I click here, click to the gap, the picture is now removed. So I want to add that picture back. So currently that would show no picture. So if I go back to the lives page and I refresh that, this is what the user sees. There's just no picture there. So that can be done for any picture. Now I'll just click that, drop down the box and change it back to the bathroom. Left click. Now just refresh that, and there's the bathroom. And this is the live page. I've just gone back to the live page, and I'll just refresh that. And as you can see, the user can now see a pretty bathroom. That can be done for each of these pictures also. Now, as for uploading new photos, now I'll just do a quick demonstration of what I recommend to do here. We have a small file which is There's files here and a large file. Now what I've actually written up here is it's a small photo, has to have the same name as the large photo, and the small pics want to be 290 wide or 290 high. So that sort of keeps them to this dimension, the size. There's 290 pixels wide and there's 290 pixels. So if you're doing what they call a portrait, you would have the height of it set to 290 when you resize it, and 290 wide for landscape. Now for the large file I've said 1200 pixels, but I actually recommend I'll change that soon and make that 1440 pixels. So 1440 pixels. Now also for the navigation picture, which I've labelled nav, these are small pictures again. So I've made, these are 163, and I may look at changing these in the future, but this is currently 163 high of the sailing picture of the yacht. Now to put the pictures in this selection of available pictures, there's a couple of criteria that must be followed. One is the resize. Now what I actually recommend for doing this for any boat is to create a folder. Now, it's going into Internet Explorer here. I'm going into folders. I'm going to go to My Pictures. What I've currently done on this computer is I've created one, but I will demonstrate what I would recommend doing on a computer to maintain your pictures is to create, say, a CYA images folder. Example. I might call it CYA yacht photos for myself. Once I have done this, I will right click for myself. This is how I do it. Create a new folder, and I'm going to call it original. Now this is where I'd say the original photograph. So all image work you should always do from the original photograph. Then I would move on to something along the lines of large folder. That's where I'd save my large pictures I've resized, and for my small pictures I would put it in, say, a small folder called small. Now when you save the large file and a small file, these need to have the same name, and I would suggest you make them meaningful. And what I mean by meaningful is in this list you'll see the names that have been used. Some are non-meaningful, like P10653. What I've done is use the type of boat or the name of the boat. On some of these have already been done before me. What I've actually done is use the name of the boat and say a relevant picture detail, say cabin or gallery. So that way when you're selecting the image, it's easy to identify which image you are after, rather than trying to randomly find the picture you're looking for. So, and as once again, the large file name you save needs to have the same file name as the small. Once you've done that, you would then click Save the Small File, link here, navigate to where you save the pictures, which in this way you see where yacht photos I've saved it. Actually, I'll just in this case say I was doing it for beach house, so I should have done this before under my yacht photos. I'm going to create a beach house folder, and actually put, which I should have created these in initially, but I'll just put them in there now. So I've got my yacht photos, then I would have listed of all my yachts, in this case beach house, and then I would have my folders in there, and I would navigate to my small because I want to upload it small. I would select the small folder, open it, this will upload the file. Then I would navigate to my large folder, under CYA photos, beach house, and go to my large. I would select the same file name that I've uploaded in the previous small version. Click, this would upload the photo. Then, once I've done that, I would come down here. Sorry, you should refresh the page, I think, too, just to be sure that it's found that new file. Then I would click under the name, and then that name will appear in here. Now once I select that new file name, I would check it to make sure that it's correct, and it's the picture I'm after. Hopefully that is clear. Now, resizing pictures correctly is a bit of an art. You want to do it correctly, and it takes a little bit of practice to get the quality of images that you want. It's not, for instance, this picture is a little bit blurry. That could be sharpened. This one's quite sharp. This one is quite blurry. And sharper pictures do, resize correctly, do make an impact in a much nicer picture. It makes the boat newer and more impressive. It is a key thing. Okay. Now for the layout picture, it's the same thing. You'd save the layout picture, the size you want, then come down to the layout picture, select the box, change, and you can change the layout picture. In this case, those two pictures are the same. Let's choose that one. Okay, that is the details for the Beach House Catalina 32 on a whole. So it loads that. I think that is fairly clear. Picture resizing thing is a whole different thing and takes experience and practice. There's many different packages available to do that. You can use whatever you find necessary. I've done a lot of graphic work myself and realised the knowledge I've gained. I mean, there's algorithms, there's all sorts of different algorithms for resizing, and there's different programs. Now, Picasa, I don't recommend for resizing because it's not very good at it. Photoshop is good. There's also other online tools that can resize. And using sharpen tools and your curves and stuff, but that's a whole different kettle of fish. But the key is to get the best pictures that you can for an image. I mean, that could be filled in, lightened quite a bit, so it lifts it in the picture, for instance. But that is a graphics edit. If you would like me to do the graphic work on the pictures, then you can just send the pictures to me and get me to do the graphic work and resizing and upload them. If you want to develop the skills yourself, that's certainly is your choice, but will take time. Okay, hopefully that is clear, and that's the conclusion of my editing the boat details form. I'll just click back here and go return to the yacht list. So in the next one I will show the details for changing the testimonials and changing the special pages.